Well, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today, tonight, whenever you are watching? Welcome to another week of Where Are They Now with Michelle Green, the KBBU team, the KBBU community. Listen, welcome. We are so excited that you are here because guess what? We have another amazing KBBU alumni for you today. And you want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button at KB.Michelle Green. Go ahead and share this with a friend, a family member, and tell them to get in where they fit in because we are getting ready to go in right now. So make sure that you are connected with us, you're collaborating with us. Make sure that you are here and listening with your ears wide open. Okay, so let's get into today's message. We are going to be talking to an amazing and incredible young lady. Oh my goodness. I recently met just a few months ago, but it seems like we've been knowing each other forever. Let's bring to the stage Miss Sade
Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Hey, Michelle always has a great energy.
Thank you for being here, Sade.
Thank
Welcome,
you for
welcome
having
to
me.
KBBU. But where are they now? We are so excited to have you a part of this message. I know you have a powerful story, and I'm so excited to get into your story today because I know you're gonna surprise me and drop some nuggets for the world. Okay. So
I
tell
hope
us a
so.
little bit. Yes, tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're
Okay.
from.
Okay. Well, hello and greetings, everyone. My name is Sade Hook Avents. I hail from Columbia, South Carolina. Smiling faces, beautiful places. And
Yay.
I am a wife, a daughter, a sister, a friend. And I'm just blessed not only for Michelle to invite me to her platform and speak to her audience, but I'm also just blessed to be here today and be alive. So I wanted to start with that.
Oh, I
Thank you
love
so much.
that. Let's
Thank you
get
so
some
much.
gratitude in the community. Yes, in the
Always.
house.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I didn't know that you were from Columbia, South Carolina.
Born and raised. Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's amazing. I keep telling y'all missing out on South Carolina. You better get in here. You better
Hey,
come on over. You
come
better
on down.
pack up and move on over because this is where it's at. And
Yeah,
even if you're visiting on a regular, hey, we welcome you. We welcome you, but you need to know about South Carolina. The jewels, the great individuals are here. The
absolutely.
millionaires, the billionaires are here. Am I right,
Mhm.
Sade?
Yes, yes,
Hey, let's
yes. South
talk about
Carolina.
it.
South Carolina is actually the number one state to retire in now.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Come on through.
yes. So get
Yes.
in while you can fit in because the price. Yesterday's price is not going to be today's price.
That's right.
You
That's
better
right.
hurry up.
Prices are always
Yes,
changing, right?
yes,
So,
absolutely.
Sade, let's talk about your life and your story.
Okay, let's
So,
go.
when you were a kid, what are some of the dreams and aspirations that you had? What was your childhood like growing up?
Okay, well, I am a fourth generation entrepreneur. I'll start with that. And
Oh,
yeah,
fourth generation.
fourth generation on my mother's side. So
Okay.
my great great grandparents were farmers. They always fended for themselves. They had land, they had animals, they had, they built, they were carpenters, they did all types of different things, which taught all of my uncles who all have trades who did not graduate from high school and are multimillionaires. They all took a
Whoa.
trade from my great granddad. Yes, I just learned this past year. So it was for me. It was
Really?
yeah. It really solidified some things. Like, why do I feel like I am drawn to business? Why do I can't shake? I always see a problem and I see an opportunity. And it's in
Wow.
my blood. So
I
yeah,
love it.
yes, in my
Yes.
blood. Yes,
Multimillionaires. Okay,
yes,
uncles.
yes,
All right.
yes,
Let's come
yes.
on through.
Um,
Love it.
so just a little bit about how I grew up. Um, when I saw how I saw myself as a child, I always saw myself. Okay, so I never saw myself like working for someone. I just always knew I wanted to be a boss or own my own business because that's what I saw my parents do, my mother specifically. And I always knew as a child I would be like wealthy. or rich. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just always like felt that, like, and whatever that looked like for me in my mind as a child, just driving a nice car and going places and traveling. I don't know if you remember the Mr. Knows It show. Do you remember Mr. Knows It?
Yeah.
I was on Mr. Knows It, and I remember I was 5 or 6.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that's amazing.
So I remember being on the Mr. Knows It show, and I had to be around 5 or 6 years old. And he, you know how he goes around and he asks everybody, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I
Yes.
said, I saw the tape, and I said, I want to be a teacher and a role model.
Oh. And I know he was like, what in the
He said,
world is this
oh,
5-year-old?
okay. Yeah. And I had this voice at 5 and 6. So I had this deep voice. I want to be a role model and a teacher. He was like, oh, okay. So so I just remember that. And like as I grew up, I'm like, man, this really did come into fruition. Like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be this, I want to be that, but I am a teacher and I am a role model right now. So
Wow.
God definitely knows, the plans. We could think we know what we're going to do, but it all came full circle. And I'm in education. We have, a childcare facility. I know we'll get to that later, but just as a
Yes.
child, I always knew that I would be helping people because I always enjoyed helping others. Like it did not
Oh,
matter what it looked like, but I've always enjoyed helping people solve their problems. And I thrive in that.
that's amazing. So were you raised on the farm of your family?
No, I was raised in the farm of Columbia. No, no. My mom got out of there. My mom got out of there. My mom and my dad are from West Columbia, Casey, North, that area. And my mom went to college, and she was her first generation. She received a full softball scholarship at Benedict College. So she went there,
Nice.
and she met my dad. I think she met my dad right before no, while she was in college, she met my dad. She was young, and my mom was just a hustler. My mom worked 2 full-time jobs, full-time scholarship, college full-time, business on the side,
Wow.
like, yes, and played on the weekend softball. So like my life was always
What?
go, go, go. Yes, yes, for sure.
Okay, so tell us a little bit. Are you an only child?
I am one of for my dad has
Yes.
a set of 5. My mom has a set of 2. So I'm the oldest of my mother, and then I'm the fourth for my dad.
Wow, wow,
Yes.
wow. So tell us about what that was like in your household and what inspired you. Like I know your mom inspired you,
Hmm.
okay, but what was it like being the oldest in the household?
It was a big responsibility, and it still is.
Mm.
One thing that I'm grateful for is that my sister released me of that. You know, uh, she said, I got it. I'm good. Like, you don't have to worry about me. And that like broke me down.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was freeing because as the oldest, we're taught you got to do this. You got to look out for your brother and sister. They're watching you. And all of those things are true, but we also have to be free to learn and make errors and grow. And my mom had such high expectations for me as a child, just as a person. But I think that's
Mhm.
because she saw who I was. And so I'm
Ah,
grateful for that. And it pushed me to not only be the best version of myself, but also expect the best from myself and expect the best from others. Right. So I
right.
always look for the best in other people, even when they don't show it. And I always, I have faith in people. I have faith in humanity. Right. So being the oldest for me always pushed me to know that someone is always watching. My sister's always watching.
That's
And I
good.
also watched my mother. So she was the oldest. And there's some things I took
Okay.
from her, and there's some things I,
Mhm.
I let her keep. There's some things I was like, you can keep that. So
Too
I'm
much,
grateful that I
right?
am the oldest. Yes, yes,
Okay. All right. So being a child, growing up in a two-parent household, I'm assuming.
yes,
A
yes.
two-parent household with a younger sibling. And did you know the other siblings? Were they
Oh
interactive in
yeah.
your life as
Oh,
a child? Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
So my dad is he's 11 years older than my mom. So my older siblings
Okay.
are older, And they
Okay,
took,
okay.
yeah, they took me, like my older brother and I were like this. So people thought I was
Oh,
his daughter. And
I believe it. I believe
yeah,
it. I know a little
yeah.
something, something about that. I got a set of older children and a younger one that's 12, and they're like grown with kids of their own. So it's just like, what?
Yes,
So you must
yes.
have had that experience of being the oldest and running
Hmm.
things in the house. And then I call it the household manager. That's what I call the
Yes,
oldest children.
absolutely. Yes. I was the household manager. I was the administrative assistant. And my mom used to tell me, "You're my assistant." And I used to be like, "Okay, mom. Can I get
I
paid?"
love it. Can I get a check?
He said, "When you go to sleep, you get paid. Okay, when you take a shower, you get paid." So yeah,
I
yeah.
know that's right. I
He was
know that's
training me
right.
early. I was writing checks at
That
12.
Oh
So
my God, that
yeah,
is amazing. That
yeah.
is so cool. So it sounds like your childhood was pretty good. You know, you had a lot of
Oh yeah,
responsibilities, which cultivated you to be a leader even at a young age. And
yes,
then for you to say that at 5 years old, being on the show, and you were like already thinking, okay, about your future. Like most kids are like, okay, I want to be a fireman or I want to be a doctor, and you want to be a teacher and you want to help people. I mean, come on now. Like what the world? So that had to be an amazing shift of your mind just early in the game. Your mom probably was praying and teaching you in the womb, it sounds like. So
yes,
going forward, so you grew up in the Columbia, South Carolina
mhm.
community. And what was it like going into your teenagehood? Did you have it all figured out of what you wanted to do, or were you still kind of feeling your way through?
Oh yeah, I knew everything. Like all the
Okay.
teenagers. All the teenagers know
Okay.
everything.
All right.
You know everything, and you know absolutely nothing. So of course I thought I had it figured out. So I was very busy. I was in a lot of activities. I double dutched. The double dutchers from Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh,
I'm not
you
sure if you're.
mean for real double dutch? Like,
Yes,
okay.
competitively. Yes, I double dutched from the age of 3 or 4, all the way until I was 19, 20.
Wow, that's
Hmm.
cool. I
Yeah.
love that. I used to
Yes.
love double dutch, but not everybody could play because it's like hard trying to manage those ropes, okay?
Yes.
But
Yes.
that is so cool. So you from 4 years old to 19 years old, you were in double dutch. And
Double
what were some of your other favorite subjects in school? What other
Okay.
type of activities did you take up?
Well, my family is very athletic. So I played softball, volleyball, and basketball.
Come on,
Yes.
Sade. Golly. You are not playing.
Yes.
What?
Hmm. Yes.
How?
And
Like, this is too
well,
much.
yeah, well, that my mom kept us busy. And I'm grateful that she kept us busy because I didn't have time to think about boys, although I was, but the things the pitfalls that you fall into when you hit your teenage years, I was too tired to be fast and sneak around and do things that I wasn't supposed to do. I was just trying to go to sleep, and do it all over again. So I'm grateful that she kept us very busy and it kept us focused because it was future focused. So we weren't
Gotcha.
focused on, to me, small menial things. Now, granted, we still were teenagers, but I was so focused on the next game, practice, getting better. I was player of the year and player of the region and all-star player
Oh,
for volleyball. And then I went to college on a softball
whoa.
scholarship. Yes.
Nice. A softball scholarship to go to college.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes.
That is so incredible. My goodness. I
Mhm.
love that activity because a lot of times, like you said, when people are raising their kids and the parents are working, your mom sounds like she was pretty busy, so she
Yeah.
had to keep y'all busy because, I mean, like, even though your dad was there, I can only imagine, being a mom, you try to do everything. You try to
Yeah.
be the superwoman, and that's not necessary, even though you don't find it out till later on in life.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you got teenagers, that's the age where everybody kind of gets to know who they are. Their identity is coming into full fruition, and you might have the attitudes. And if there's nothing to do, you're gonna have some
Yes.
problems on your hand. So
Oh
I'm
my.
grateful that she was able to put you all in lots of activities and you
Yes.
were able to achieve some great accomplishments
Yes.
in school. Like, that's amazing, Sade.
Thank
Congratulations. Wow,
And
wow,
and
wow.
one of the things that was pivotal was that the way my parents set up, I really felt like they set us up for success because my mom was very strategic and very intentional about the sports she put us in. We were in leadership development, like all of those things that we were involved in involved leadership. It involved accountability.
Wow.
It involved us figuring it out on our own. My mom never figured out any problems for us. She would always say, figure it out. And one of the things I want to say, because she was a businesswoman and entrepreneur, the relationship her and my dad had was on the outside as a child, it was very healthy because she told me, hey, me and your dad, we have a mutual understanding and a system. Your dad works in the school district so he can be
So
off
he can
when
be
y'all are
off
out of
when y'all
school.
are out of school.
Uh-oh. Do you hear the echo?
Uh-oh. Do you hear the echo?
I do.
Okay. Let me see what
Okay.
that is.
Let me see what that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Let me.
do this. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, I just turned my microphone off. I'm not sure what happened.
That's okay. But you
Okay.
were saying, so your mom and dad had a system.
Yes, they had a system, and the system was my dad was off every summer. He worked at summer camps that we attended. So no one ever kept us outside of my dad and like my grandma. So she protected us from, predators,
From,
right?
predators, right?
And I'm not sure
Right.
what the
And
echo
I'm
is.
not sure what the echo is.
It may be on my end, but that's okay. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I'll keep going. And one of the things that she really drilled into me is that, your dad and I, we have our own way of doing things. When you look at other people's household, their mom and dad may do things different. And my mom was the primary breadwinner, and that was very clear. It was established. My dad was the supporter because that was his personality. He was very, very good at supporting. He was very, very good at, being helpful, and whatever my mom charged, he supported her, and that helped. I mean, he didn't have ego. His ego was not in the way. And he was like,
That's
hey, I work these
good.
jobs so your mom could go to school, so y'all can go to private school. Now your mom has finished, and now she's going to lead the charge. And that really helped me as an adult and in my marriage, because I'm like, what charge am I going to lead? How am I going to support my husband? How is he going to support me? And we don't
Mm,
have to look like the world, we have to do what's best for
right.
our household. And my dad was my coach, so I never had to worry about a lot of things. So finding my identity, it was really embedded in everything that I did. Just to circle back to
Wow.
what you were saying.
Wow, wow, wow. So we have a household where your mom and dad were team. They were on the same team. They weren't
Yeah,
on opposing teams. And that
correct.
helped you guys to really cultivate a mindset of working with others and being able to achieve more. That is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something that is missing in today's time, even, and I'm pretty sure all throughout life of every generation, no matter what background we come from, that's something that is really crucial to understand. Like, the highest tier of family is the marriage. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
working together, if you are in it together and you can help one another and understand, okay, well, I'm going to do this now so that you can go do that. And then when
Mm-hmm.
you get there, then we're going to trade off. And
Absolutely.
that's like, like playing ping pong. Okay,
Yeah.
you got the ball. Okay, now I got the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's back and forth all throughout the relationship. So as we get into your story about being in high school, a teenager, did you find love in teenagehood, or did
Of
you
course, I
find
thought I
love
did.
after?
You know,
Okay, let's talk about it.
you look at your parents and you're like, oh, I'm a sucker for love. Like, I am
Oh,
a hopeless romantic.
oh,
So I love
oh.
love, right? And I've always been the type of person that I love hard. And if it don't work out, okay, well, that didn't work, next. So like, I disappointment and things like that, I'm grateful that I've experienced that through sports, because when it came to relationships, it's just like, okay, that wasn't it, you know?
Oh,
And
okay.
I
That's
wasn't looking to get
good.
married as a teenager. I knew I didn't want to get married till later. I knew I probably I didn't even want children till I was like 29, 30.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, so like I dated a little bit, but I was really focused on school. I was just focused on myself, and my mom was very vocal about that. She's like, you have your whole life to worry about love. You have your whole life to worry about the grown-up things. You need to focus on yourself. And I'm just grateful that she was vocal, and I also had examples of what to do and what not to do.
Love it. Love it. So when did you meet your husband?
I met my husband in college. I was working. So here's the thing. A setback is just a setup for a comeback. So
Come
I'm
on
gonna
now.
yes. So I went to college on a full scholarship. We received a new coach. I ended up losing my scholarship, but she reduced it to basically nothing. And a lot of us lost our scholarships, and she reduced them. And I'm just grateful I'm not dumb. So I received some academic scholarships, and the help of community. I'm thankful for the community at Norfolk State University. They helped me finish school, and I met my husband after I started working at Sam's Club at the Verizon, at the kiosk. You know, the kiosk that used to be inside of Sam's Club?
Yes.
So those were all the cell phone places. It was Radio Shack. So I worked for Radio Shack. And
I remember Radio Shack. Yes. Okay.
I'm dating myself. So we met at Sam's Club. He was working there part-time, and I was working there part-time. So he worked for Sam's and I worked for Radio Shack. And he was just, you know, he liked me. I didn't know that, but because I'm like, you know, I'm the type of person where you just got to kind of tell me. I'm not reading the room. Just tell me you like me, please. Because I don't even see it.
Just come out and say it, y'all. Yes. Just come out and say it.
So I met him there.
Maybe you struggling with, okay, you got a crush at work or something. Just come out and tell them what you want, you know? Come out and say it. Like, I like you. This is what it is. So he told you eventually, I'm assuming, that he liked you. And then what happened after that?
We went on a date. Like he courted me through snacks, okay? He courted me through snacks. He would leave snacks on my little station when I was at work. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to the store. You want something? I'm like, yeah, I want something. And I would invite myself with him, and we actually bonded through music. So we went on a date. He took me out, and I gave him a chance. My roommate was like, give him a chance. I'm like, okay. So I gave him a chance, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took a chance on, you know, not someone who wasn't my type.
Right,
you know?
Right.
So I'm just grateful for all the people who were in my ear, and he's a great person. He's a great man. He's a great friend. We were friends first. We dated for 4 years, and then we got married.
Wow. And that's awesome.
We grew together. We grew up together, basically. So I'm grateful for him. He really held me down in college. Like my last year, once I lost that scholarship, he was like, look, just finish school. I got you. I'm like, what does that mean? He was like, don't worry about it. Okay.
He knew something was on the horizon before you did, apparently.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful that God, you know, put us together, because I know God put us together.
Wow. So it sounds like you have a foundation in your creator, in your source. So tell us a little bit about your journey. Was that something that happened when you were a kid, from the beginning, or did you find God later on in life? How did that come about?
So my relationship with God was always there. I always had faith. My mother's favorite proverb is Proverbs 22. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That is the logo of that is our motto at our daycares. That is her motto. That was her motto. And my dad was very pivotal in that, because my dad served at our church, Brooklyn Baptist. I'm not sure if you're, you know, so a lot of people know that church if you're in the area, but my dad has been serving at that church for over 30 plus years. And we went to church. He made sure we tithed. If it was $1, $2, it didn't matter. But that consistency, like my dad is always there. Everybody knows him, right? And he just always made sure that we had a foundation. Whenever you go to college, make sure you find your good church. And, and that was my thing. So I went to college, I found a church, and it was great because I also experienced God for myself, and it was relational. It wasn't a dictatorship. It wasn't fear-based. It wasn't my mom and my dad's God. God became my God when I went to
That's
college.
what I'm talking about right there.
Yes.
So you had your own relationship, you experienced him for yourself, and it became an intimate relationship, sounds like.
Very intimate. I ended up serving as the president of Athletes in Action, which is a Christian organization on college campuses for athletes. So I ended up going to
Wow.
Colorado. I ended up meeting other Christian athletes from all over the United
That's
States.
amazing.
It was a blessing, and I'm grateful because I still am in contact with some of them to this day.
Wow, that is so good, Sade. Wow, wow, wow. I'm like blown away at your story. Like, this is so good.
Thank
you. So it sounds like you had like the whole roadmap just kind of laid out for you. But I want to know about any challenges that you face throughout
Okay.
your childhood, your teenagehood, or even in your 20s or 30s.
So some of the challenges that I've experienced were a little bit of self-doubt. My mom created such a high level of confidence in us that sometimes adults projected their own lack of confidence with me. Yeah. And like, oh, you talk too much. Oh, you do too much. Oh, you're so extra. And now as an adult, I'm like, well, thank you, because you got to pay for extra cheese, extra meat, extra sauce. You have to pay for extra. Okay. So extra is not a bad thing for me.
No, it's not. I like the way you turn that around. Come on now.
Yes. And being positive. It was like, oh, you're always so positive. Everything's not so positive. And it's like, well, I choose to make it positive. So there were just little things growing up that did affect me. Some challenges were in high school. I broke a finger. I broke my finger in high school. So that set me back, because I played sports. So my confidence went down a little bit. And then also in college, losing my scholarship, right?
Yes,
and then having to fend for myself. I was also homeless in college for a period of time because I didn't listen to my mom. She told me to get a 1-bedroom. I got a 2-bedroom. The girl didn't pay her rent, and I didn't know. So yes.
Oh my God. And you got kicked out.
Evicted. Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get back on your feet?
Honestly, I feel like I never really hit rock bottom because I had relationships, and that's why relationships are so important. And I think that people like, oh, I only need myself, I don't need nobody. And it's like, yes, you do.
No, we didn't come in this world by ourselves.
Yeah. And God did not intend for us to be alone, whether it be a friend or a mate. And I had such good friends that allowed me to stay in their room, stay on their couch, sleep in a twin size bed with them. Okay. I had a girl who got pregnant. She let me stay in her room for the summer while I worked and got myself together. She said, just stay in my room. Here's my key. Nobody's going to know. God was in every piece of that, and I'm just grateful because I really never look at anything as like a hard setback. It's like, okay, it's a learning lesson because I know that I am going to be good. And it allowed me to really lean into my faith, especially when I got evicted. And I really I just really went deep into my relationship with God. I was still paying tithes, even though I didn't have much money. I was still being faithful and believing in God and believing his promises and knowing that his promises will bear fruit. So those were some of the setbacks. And then later on in life, just really being eager or, overzealous or eyes big or, not focusing on the right things, kind of really being in the world. And those things slowed me down because I took my eyes off the prize and the focus. And it was really to build something sustainable and substantial for myself and my family and my husband, of course. So we got, a little distracted, I'll say that, along the way, joining network marketing companies and things like that. But we also learned a lesson in those network marketing companies. So everything worked out for my good. And I just always believe that.
Oh, that's great. That is so good. So tell us a little bit about your worst experience ever. Something that happened in your life that was like total devastation.
My mother passing. That's the most devastating thing I've ever experienced. Like it felt like my tether was cut. Like I feel untethered, I feel like, what am I going to do now? Like I miss her, and I have
Yeah.
more children. So when she passed away, I only had one, and I was pregnant with the other, and she knew I was pregnant with that one because I told her 2 weeks before she passed. So I was
Oh,
grateful for that. And
I'm
but
so
my
sorry to
mother
hear that.
passing was honestly the most devastating thing that I've experienced in life.
Yes,
So yeah.
yes, yes. So how has that shaped your life today?
It's still shaping my life because it's so fresh. She's been passed away 3 years now. And it's allowed me to love different. So when I see my daughter, I have a daughter now,
Mhm,
which I thought I was just going to be a boy mom, and I was cool with that. Right? So
mhm.
I named her Maven. My mother name was Mavis, and I named her as a namesake. And I think that I believe that God allowed me to have a daughter so I can love her like my mom should have been loved.
Oh, what do you mean by that? You don't feel like your mom really received love?
No, not the way she should have. She was the
Wow.
oldest. She was the oldest of 8 girls. She was working at 8, driving a car at 8. You know what I'm saying? Like,
At
yeah,
8? At
yeah.
like literal 8 as
Driving a
a
car at 8. Yes. Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So, yeah. No running water, living in a trailer, um, doing her best, taking care of her sisters while my grandmother was at work, like just always taking care of her siblings, always taking care of everybody else. And that requires you to pour out, but who's pouring into you? Who's loving you the way that you, and love can show up in so many different ways, through support, through encouragement. And she received that through other people, through community, and through playing softball. And I just believe that she just needed love in a different way, through support, and just by just being herself, like not doing anything, not showing up for anybody, just loving her for her. So I think that God allowed me to have a daughter so I can love her the way my mother should have been loved. And the way
Wow.
in a way that I believe that I should receive love as well. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be a mother and to pour out the things that my mother put into me.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you got me thinking about some things because I also lost my mom in about 2 years ago, coming up in September. So it's really tough. It's really hard when you lose your mom, especially if even if you haven't had the greatest relationship, even if there were challenges, things that you just did not agree upon, you
Mhm.
begin to realize after they are gone that what they actually sacrificed for your
Woo.
life, especially as a daughter. You realize the things that they were protecting you from, the things that they didn't
Yep.
allow to happen to you, but they had to endure it. They had to go through it. And
Yes.
so it just really touches your heart, like in a way I cannot describe
Mhm.
myself, because I'm still as well going through it. Because, like I said, 2 years ago, my mom passed on September the 7th. So,
Mm.
I understand how that feels. I understand, like,
Yeah.
you're like, well, why didn't get this before? Why would it have to be in depth that I finally wake
Death.
up and realize,
Yeah.
like, this is what she was doing the whole time?
Mhm.
And it just makes so much sense to really just, try to give what they didn't have to
Mhm.
make to make it better for somebody else. And
Absolutely.
also to understand that even us as ourselves losing a mom, we have to understand that we can't do it all. And we're not supposed to. We're not designed to do everything. We're designed to do some things and maybe one thing that we're really, really good at. It doesn't mean that we have to be in a mindset of doing everything. That's where we tend to go wrong. And
Yeah.
that's why we can't really receive how we should be receiving as
Right.
well. You know, it's two part. I know a lot of times we look at it one way, but it's both directions.
Mm.
It's actually a 360-degree turn,
Yeah.
that we look at it from the angle of God, that we look at it from the angle of what we feel, from what they felt. It's a lot of different perspectives that we tend to not look at when
Yes.
something like this happens in our life. And then
Yeah.
we try to make up for lost times, but the times are already gone. Their time has already been served.
Have no
So
thought for tomorrow. Okay.
correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And
my
it's funny you say
condolences.
that. Um, when you were saying about we can't do it all, and I felt like my mom was doing it all for everyone else. And I know that she put us first, and I just wish she would have put herself first.
Yes.
And she burnt out. She literally burnt herself out. And
Wow.
last year was the second most devastating. Well, really should have been first, but I was in the hospital because they thought I had a stroke.
What?
Yeah, last May.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sade, what happened?
Overworked in my mind. Like the devil will get in your mind and you can't, when you don't rest, like when you talk about
Yes,
resting in the Lord, it's a different type of rest.
it is.
And I pray for that rest for everyone, especially if you are a business owner, even if you're not, but just a rest in the Lord. I was post partum. So Maven was
Mhm.
like 5 or 6 months, 5 months. And yeah, right, coming up on 6 months. I was sleep deprived. I was running the daycares. I was stressed out, lots of different things going on, and dehydrated. They said I was dehydrated too because I'm breastfeeding all day, all night, so all the things.
Ah,
And it was implosion, and I imploded.
wow, wow,
Whole left
wow.
side went numb. Couldn't, I mean, like, talking like this, like it was bad. And they ran every test, and every test came back negative. And I just believe it was God saying, sit down.
Yes, he gave you another chance, honey.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. Yes. So this is so huge. If you're watching and you're thinking, like, okay, I just got to do this one more thing. I just got to go a little bit further. Okay, I just got to make this one more sale. I
That was
just got
me.
to do this one more thing, and I got to show up for this person. I got to show up for that person. I got to be here for my kids, my family, my husband, or my wife, whoever you are doing all of this stuff. Listen, just stop. Just stop,
Yeah,
because you are only one individual and you cannot do it all. And it will lead to death. It
it will.
will lead to death. This is real. Sade is sharing the story of what happened to her mom and what happened to her.
Yeah.
And even,
I saw her.
oh
I
my
saw
God.
her. I saw my mom have a stroke, and I saw myself with the same symptoms. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. And it scared
Wow.
my husband.
Of course.
Yeah. It was
Goodness
terrifying.
gracious.
Hmm. I
Goodness
got out right before
gracious.
my birthday. I went in May 16th. I got out May 18th. May 19th, I got baptized. May 20th was my birthday.
Wow, that is
Mhm.
amazing. Oh my
Sure
God, I
did.
didn't realize you and my daughter share a birthday. One of my daughters. You
Oh,
share a birthday. I May
yes.
20th. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Birthday
That's
twin. Yes.
awesome. But yeah, so what you're saying is that we just need to stop and rest. And there is a different kind of rest when you rest in the Lord. The reason why God created 6 days of working and one day of rest is because we all need a break. We
Yes.
are not supposed to just keep going on in
Yeah.
life. So
Absolutely.
I'm trying to tell you. So Sade, you were saying that. So basically you went through school, you
Mhm.
got married, I guess after college, during college,
Way after. I got married
after
at
college,
26. I got married at 26,
26.
but I met
Awesome.
him at
Okay.
21. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right. So married at 26, and then you had a kid. First was a boy. So you thought you
31.
was gonna be a boy mom.
Yes.
Wow.
We
Wow.
waited.
Wow.
We waited to have children because we weren't sure. And we were very focused on creating legacy, creating
Nice.
generational wealth. We were exposed to self-development. So I've been exposed to self-development since high school. So
What?
like John Maxwell since high school. And
Wow.
that plays into the community. That's why, like, if you're a parent on here and you are around people who are not like lifting your child up in prayer, encouraging them, giving them books, even if they don't read the books, but you want to have your children around people who are going to elevate them. And the people from our church gave me John Maxwell books and all of these different, and I would read those things. And I didn't even realize that I've been this way since I've been this way. And my best friend from middle school, her name is Jessica Owens. So hey Jessica, hey.
Hey.
And she said, Day, you've been like this. She pulled out our senior book. I wrote a whole John Maxwell quote in her book. Who was quoting John Maxwell at 17? And I was like, oh, this is so profound. She said, girl, you used to say stuff like this all the time. We used to just roll our eyes at you, you know? And
My
I'm like,
goodness.
oh man, so I've been this way. And sometimes you can't see yourself until you see yourself and really
Right.
see yourself the way God sees you. So I was seeing myself the way others saw me. So I was dimming my light. I was, always, cover, it's okay to cover your light so it don't snuff out, but it's not okay to dim your light. Right.
No.
So I'm grateful for that. And I just want to say one of the biggest things I believe is my mom really instilled in us confidence and the fact that she never robbed us of figuring it out for ourselves. That I believe is why I am the way I am. I never see a problem. I'm only looking for solutions because my mom's like, figure it out. Everything is figure outable.
It is.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah, you can figure it out. You figure out everything else. So that's some of the key things. And I think us not allowing other people's sometimes people like to impose their opinion. So my husband and I, when y'all gonna have children? I said when we're ready. Okay.
Okay. Because who got to go through it? You do.
Yeah, we didn't have a big wedding. Instead we bought a duplex.
I love it. That is so wise. So you were a wise kid. You grew up into a wise adult and making wise decisions right now, making decisions that are really aligned with your future. So that is so great.
Appreciate that.
So you got married, you had a couple of kids. What was your work journey like? What were you doing after college?
So I started my first business in college.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I've literally always been like this, Michelle. Like, oh, opportunity. Oh, this. And if you're young and you have, I want to say this. I don't care if you're young or old, if you have something in your heart that you want to do, if you see an opportunity, just try it. Go for it.
Absolutely. Give
yourself a chance. Don't pull out too soon. That was one of the biggest things that I found myself doing because of my personality. Mm-hmm. If it don't work fast enough for me, I'm out of there. And that's the problem. You got to stick and stay a little bit longer, right? Stick and stay till you get your pay. That's what they used to say in network marketing, right? So I'm going to say that and encourage you. I was in college and my first opportunity to start a business, I wanted to start a hair business. I wanted to buy hair from India and sell it online. My teacher was like, nobody's going to buy hair online. He was from India. I was like, hey, you could be my connect. I can help you, make money. You got a daughter at Harvard. I know your bill is high. Let's make some money. He didn't do it. By my senior year, it became a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I went back to him. And this was my marketing teacher. And he just dropped his head and he just apologized.
Oh my goodness.
But this was in 2008. 2009.
Wow.
I wanted to do this. And I said, I watched too many opportunities pass by that I could have jumped on, that I could have, really sank my teeth into. But it's like, I can't listen to the noise and the fears of others. If I think there's an opportunity, and if God put some vision in me that no one else can see, I can't worry about what other people see. So my senior year, I put a group together for our senior project, and we had to create a media press kit website for one of the for a gentleman that I actually knew. And I was like, hey, I have to do this senior project. Can we use your company? He was like, yeah, great. Cause I need all this anyway. And I don't have to pay y'all. So, that was great for him. And I put it together, and he was so impressed. He offered me a job immediately.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So what happened?
So he offered me a job, and it was my senior year. So I basically did advertising for him, and I did media marketing, and I would meet with him and help him grow his clubs. Well, he had a club in Virginia Beach, and that was a great opportunity for me. And I saw an opportunity for myself. So I was a marketing major in school. I was pre-med first, and then I switched to business. And
really?
Yes.
That's a big, wide range.
3 years of pre-med.
3 years of pre-med, and then you switch.
Yes. I was pre-dentistry. I thought I wanted to be a dentist because it sounded good. I didn't want to be a dentist.
Right.
That's not something I would like to do. Yeah. So I did that, and I started a marketing firm, my own marketing agency. And I graduated. And then after that, I went to Germany for a few months, about 4 months, and traveled and stayed with my aunt and worked on base. And I worked for BMW. I did marketing for BMW, military sales.
Lovely.
So,
okay.
So I did an externship there. And that was a great opportunity for me. So I was just strengthening my marketing skills. I didn't learn any other languages, unfortunately. So it was hard for me to get a job, over there. They wanted you to speak German, and I didn't. Speak a Deutsch, so no Deutsch over here. And so I ended up, Germany did not work out for me the way I planned. And I had other plans. I was going to go to graduate school in Italy, but I decided to come back home, and I ended up getting a marketing job at Verizon. So yes, I ended up getting a marketing job at Verizon.
I think everybody's had a little taste of Verizon during that time period. I was at Verizon for 5 years myself, so.
Oh, you stayed longer than me. Yeah. So I went to Verizon, and I was still doing my marketing on the side. So I was still doing websites and website development and media press kits and just, different marketing things like that for customers and clients. And Verizon stressed me out so bad that I had to leave. Like, my hair was falling out. I was stressed.
Me too.
Yes. And I made a lot of connections there. I met a lot of people. One thing I'm grateful for, every experience that I went into, I made sure I took something. So I learned how to sell. I was #1 sales rep in Verizon for months, and I learned from top sales agents, and you earn the right to sell. And that's one of my favorite things about Verizon. They taught me how to earn the right to offer. Like, you have to earn the right before you can even offer something to someone.
That's right. That's right.
So I left Verizon, and I went to work at Norfolk State University, so my alma mater. So one of my biggest accomplishments was that I was one of the first. We created a transformation center. It was for transfer students. So I was a recruiter. I recruited over 500 students alone.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
What?
So
you were just leading. You've been leading your whole life for real. This is not a joke.
Yeah.
It's all aligned. So what was that like? You were training 500 students?
No, I recruited over 500 students.
You recruited over 500 students. Okay.
In 1 year.
In 1 year? Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. My mentor, so when I went to Norfolk State, I was really big on connections. I made a lot of connections there. One of my mentors is Dr. Danielle Williams. I love to shout people out because I feel like people don't shout people out enough.
Yes.
Dr. Danielle Williams, she is now over the TRIO program there. But when I was there, she was in enrollment management. And I ended up working with her As a student, I was her first baby, and then she brought me on as a
Oh,
recruiter, and she said, just give me 1 year, at least give me 1 year. You can't leave throughout the year. You got to at least give me 1 year. So she taught me so much, how to be prepared, just how to show up better, how to just look the part, attraction marketing. She was really, really big on that. And
that's
some of the
good.
things I didn't like, but I
Mhm.
know that it was for a reason. And she only wanted the best for me. So I never questioned anything that she said or did. I mean, if I had a question, I asked it, but I was very intentional on being coachable.
Love it.
And I'm grateful for that. So I learned a lot, learned how to maneuver, learn how to talk better to people, how to identify key players, just things like that. Things you have to really pay attention to when you're in the corporate space, when you're in higher education. It's about who you know,
True.
unfortunately, and not
True.
what you know.
Now, now.
Yes. So I left Norfolk State and then I went full time. We were in network marketing. I went full time in network marketing and just working on my own business. And that progressed. And then
So what business is it that you established?
my marketing, I was still doing marketing for
Okay.
businesses. I was
What's the
still
name
doing
of your
marketing,
company?
websites, and coaching.
Okay. What's the name of your company?
Well, previously when I was doing that, it was Change Agents International.
Change Agents International. I
Yes,
like that name.
yes. And the name of the marketing firm was Ripple Effect Marketing.
Oh, ripple effect.
Yes,
Hey.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes. So that was a really great experience for me because I think that people I know the internet is fake, guys. It's not real. So people get on the internet and they think like, oh, I'm gonna start a business and it's gonna be this in 6 months. And it's like, that is really cute.
I
And
know, right? Tell them about it now, Sade. Tell them the
okay,
truth.
and here's a plug. This is why you need to join KBBU so you can get a real foundation. Because let me
Come
tell you, if I would have got a foundation like I got in KBBU undergrad 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
on.
it
Ooh,
would be a lot
ooh.
different. I did not get the right foundation. I was, you're getting sold dreams and hopes and promises. And one, you don't know how to identify if the person can actually execute on that. There's certain things you just have to learn and grow through. And I did. So I'm grateful for those experiences. I got a couple of $10,000 friends from the programs I've joined. That's what I got. I didn't get anything else, but I got 2 friends. Okay. We call each other our $10,000 friends. So, but I'm serious. If KBBU was around if I could have found KBBU when I started and I left my job, I would have, man, just thinking about the type of foundation that you provide in KBBU. Like, I'm like, I need to go through undergraduate again. Okay. For real.
She
Like, I feel
really
like I
is
do.
serious, y'all.
I'm serious. Like the foundation, the principles, y'all. How she teaches and with kingdom principles, and you will really understand the kingdom. My mind is still like, I'm thinking, I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, can you unlock the portal so I can go back in and just get a few more things for me because I am not finished. And it goes so fast, and you have to implement, and you have to take those calls. You have to do what Michelle tells you to do because she got it. I'm telling y'all.
Oh,
I've
that's
been a part of
God.
a
That's
lot of
God.
businesses and I say businesses, but a lot of business programs. I've invested in myself. I believe in investing in myself first. Michelle, you got it. Okay.
Oh,
So thank
thank
you. Okay.
you. Thank
Here
you.
we
Thank
go.
you. That's
Okay.
God. All credit go to him. He gave me the
Yes.
wisdom, and I just implement whatever he tell me to say. It's gonna be
Oh,
said. That's
you
what
say it.
happens.
Let me tell you, from the prayers to the principles. Okay.
That's
You're gonna
it.
get prayed. She gonna pray for you and unlock some things and set some things free. But she
Yes.
also gonna give you the principles that you need to thrive in business, in their kingdom principles. So we know when you are prepared with the right principles, there's a promise attached to those principles.
Oh, yes, it
So
is.
let me tell you
Ooh.
something. I am a testament, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm still implementing the principles and the things that Michelle has taught us in KBBU undergraduate. So
Wow.
I just want y'all to know, if you are under the sound of my voice, you need to go sign up. Yeah.
Thank you, Sade. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Now, if you are interested, everything is right there on the screen. Just go to www.kbbullc.com
You see that?
and we will get you into the private sessions. The private sessions are actually the only thing that's available right now because we are going to have an in-person live event coming up in October on the 11th. It's called the Media and Wealth Summit. And I myself will be there. And listen, if you are interested in meeting me and meeting our team, you need to be in the house because we are going to be in there live in person. We're going to be having a good time and dropping jewels because
Yes.
we are solution oriented. We are
Yes.
not about that hype, even though we fun, even though we have a really good time. We're going to have some music. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have some awards. And we're going to have some knowledge because that's the basis of who God has created me to be as well.
Yes.
Sade is a person who provides education in any field that he has blessed me in, and that's finances and that's business. So
Yes.
if you are interested in any of those things, you need to be in the room. Go to Eventbrite, look up the Media and Wealth Summit, and get in the room in October. Go ahead and get your VIP ticket so you can make sure that you get all the goodies because
Yes.
general admission will not get you the goodies. Okay. Okay. All right. That's all I'm
Yes.
going to say about that.
All
But
right.
thank you so
I had
much.
to do a
I know.
plug. I got to plug you.
Yes, I appreciate that. I do. I do. So you open up a business in college, and then what happened after that?
So that business transferred throughout college, marketing, media, social media, all those things. So much has changed since then, but it evolved. And then I was in network marketing. So I was trying to grow my network marketing business. And shout out to anybody who's in network marketing. I just want to say, learn what you can, learn as you earn, follow what they're saying, but build something for yourself on the side. Okay. And make that
Yes.
primary and let that network marketing be secondary. So I just want to say that.
All right now.
Yeah. And because, a lot of times we are sucked into we are not the main character. You become, a co-cast member when you're in somebody else's film, when you're in somebody else's movie. So I allowed that to happen, but I was young and I grew and I learned. And so started that marketing business, did that for quite some time. And then my mom called and told me that she needed help. So I moved back down here to South Carolina to help my mom grow her business. And one of my biggest, I say not a flex, but just one of my biggest accomplishments was getting here and just utilizing the skills and the information that I had learned over the years. And my mom invested in me. So one of the things was we got her to 6 figures in 6 months. So
that's what I'm talking about. Yes. I love it. That is such a huge achievement. When we think about, the dream, especially us as parents, we think about, okay, well, we're going to send this child, we're going to pour into this child, we're going to, our children, we're going to pour into our kids, and we're going to allow them this huge opportunity. Like that is the parent's dream for the child to come back and help us with what we're doing and be able to expand our life as a family. Like, come on, that's every parent's dream. I know it is. It's like,
my dream. It's my dream.
See what I'm saying? The only thing that I would say about that, though, is parents, you do have to accept when the child doesn't want to necessarily do what it is that you do, but it's still that they are connected to you. Look at how Sade went off and came back home after college, after doing her own business with all of these new skills, traits, these things that she learned in college and after college, and she brought it back and implemented in her mother's business. Now, tell us about what your mother's business is.
So her business was childcare education. So she established Kinder Academy and Kinder Academy 2. And those were childcare. We're a daycare center here in Columbia, South Carolina. And my mother had been in education for over 30 years. Wow. So she had worked at multiple centers. And her thing was, she said, I'm going to learn on somebody else's dime, then I'll open my own. So that's one thing I learned from her. She's like, no, you learn from somebody else. You learn everything you need to learn. It's okay to work for other people.
Yes,
You don't have to pay the cost, because you pay the cost when you're the boss.
That's right. That's right.
Say
That's
that
what a
again.
lot of people don't understand, that being an entrepreneur is, they look at it as, okay, it's the limelight, it's the life, it's what you want, but you got to be tough. You got to be able to handle some things that you ain't never faced before.
Yeah.
And you got to make the decision, because ain't nobody else there to make the decision but you.
You have to
So
be very
then what? Then what? Okay. Can you handle the heat? Can you stay in the kitchen? Because it's going to be hot. Okay. I'm trying to tell you.
It's a
Like,
lot
it's
of
not a
refinement.
joke.
I feel like we're gold, right? So you think about gold and you think about the refinement, and it's like, baby, you want to be refined, get in that fire. Let's get these impurities out. They're gonna bubble to the top. And let's scrape them off. Let's put you back in there. Let's bubble some more to the top. And that's what I feel like entrepreneurship is, business ownership is. And I do think it's a difference between entrepreneurship and business ownership.
It is.
A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, and it's like, that's fine, but I don't want to own a job. I want a system that works for me and that creates wealth, and I can create multiple streams of income and also employ others, So those are some of the desires that I have. But going back to what your question. So I came home to help my mom. I did it because it's my mom, she was sick.
Yes.
So she wasn't as receptive to some of the changes, some of the things I wanted to do. Like, I'm a big investor. Like, I invest in myself. I invest in my business. My mom's like, you want to spend money on everything. I'm like, Mom, you got to pay to play. You can't get everything for free. So it's a mindset difference. And she was an owner operator, and I desired to be an absentee owner. So she did not like that. You have to be here. You have to be here. And I'm like, well, you have to be here when you don't have systems in place. So if I'm not here, I have systems that run. The systems don't fail. People fail. The systems are the solution. So I was trying to get her to understand that, but that wasn't her desire, because she loved being at the facility. Myself, I prefer to plant this seed, let it grow, water it. I want to do other things. I have things that I desire to do, and I don't want to lose myself in your dream. And that was very hard for us. We had a lot of back and forth about that. And I actually left twice. Well, she fired me.
Oh, snap. Oops.
She fired me and my sister. So I tell people, I don't have a problem firing you. My mama fired me twice. Okay. So I don't have a problem firing nobody. Yeah, we weren't running things the way she wanted. And she said, well, thank you for your services, but they're no longer needed. Turn my keys in. All right.
Oh, snap. Mama don't play. Mama don't play. That's what I was talking about right there.
And it's fine. It was fine. So I moved on. I went into life insurance, because I realized I had this desire to help people, and people would start dying. And I'm like, why don't they have life insurance? And I saw the opportunity for us. Let me go back. My husband and I, we moved down here. We opened up a cleaning franchise through Jan Pro. Yes.
Okay.
So we did that first. And that was my husband's thing. I supported him, and I'm working for free, basically.
Right.
So, I'm working for free at the daycare. I'm working for free for my husband.
Dang.
So we did that. And the blessing was my mom was able to put us, she seeded us for that business, and we were able to pay her back. So I'm grateful for the things that we learned, because, and I said this on another podcast, the richest man in Babylon talks about paying yourself first. When I learned anything, I always went to my mom, because as much as I know she acted like she wasn't listening, she was. So I'm like, Mom, we got to pay ourselves first. She's like, what does that mean? So I explained to her the principles from the richest man in Babylon. And from that one principle, she was able to seed us $10,000 to start our franchise.
I love that. Wow.
Yeah. And she was like, y'all pay me back. I'll loan y'all money anytime, So,
yes.
So that was a blessing. So whenever we have the opportunity to learn something, I believe we should share it. We shouldn't hoard this information. And that's why I'm grateful for Michelle and KBBU, because all of the principles that she's learned over, 20 plus, 30 plus years in business, she is planting those seeds within us. So the fruit are going to be plentiful. They're already plentiful. So thank you, Michelle, for
Oh,
that.
you're welcome. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't make me cry on here. I wasn't ready for that one now. You gotta get me all
I'm not gonna
choked
make
up.
you cry. So from Jan Pro to got into life insurance because
Mhm.
the gentleman that was part of our franchise, our marketing manager, he's
Uh-huh.
got into life insurance, and he was like, "Look,
Oh.
hey, come over here with me. I'm doing big things." So it took me a while to get my license. I finally got it, and then I realized, oh, I don't want to go to people's house. Is it another way I could do this? Because I don't want to do it this way. Like I don't want to go to, I'm sorry, old people's house with cats and smell. It was just a
Oh.
lot. So you have to be
Oh.
prepared for, what you think you're getting into.
Right. True.
So I did the life insurance for quite some time, and kept my license
And
because
you
I
went to people's
realized
houses?
I can't go. I know Zoom. We're gonna do it over Zoom. We're gonna get on the phone call because I can't go to your house. And I was pregnant, so smells really bothered me,
Oh, okay.
you
That
know.
makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, you got to figure out what works for you. So I did
Right.
the life insurance for quite some time. And then I also realized like my marketing was still coming into play. So I'm helping this agency owner who essentially I just want to own my own agency. I just want to get reps, help them sell, because it's some people who just want to sell. Some people
Uh-huh.
who want to own an agency. So I'm like, I really just want to own an agency. What can that look like? Right.
Right.
So he was like, this is what you have to do. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of work. Okay. All right. I don't know quite how that's going to look for me in this sense, but I knew that I wanted to own an agency in some sense.
Mhm.
I want to own my own agency. It didn't, and I was like, maybe it's not in life insurance, but I'm learning these things from this gentleman who's making over $100,000 a month, after he's paid everybody, you know.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm learning and I'm looking and I'm paying attention. And then my mom passed away. I had to
Oh,
step into the role of director, co-owner with my sister and my dad. And then I kind of let the life insurance really just taper off, and I just sent people to them. So that was a blessing because I always am connected to someone that I can make sure, hey, I share resources all the time. So at least let me make sure that you are taken care of. And I'm tired of us doing fish fries and GoFundMe's, you
I
know.
know. I know. Yeah.
So that was the blessing. So we got here to the daycare. I'm running the daycare, and I realized like my passion for technology and being a resource to others, it has not fizzled out. I keep saying I've always been this person. And sometimes you have to go through different experiences in life so you can find not your happy, but find your thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because, and I'm okay with that. Like, oh, you all over the place. Well, you're not anywhere. You're just there. You're
Okay.
still,
You ain't doing nothing.
you're not doing anything. So at least I was able to figure it out. So eventually I ended up finding a company and a software company. And I used a software company previously when I first started with my mom at the daycares before she fired me, y'all. This was before she fired me.
Oh my
And I built
gosh.
an app for her and I did all these things because technology becomes easy to me. So, I left, came back, and I'm like, okay, I have this technology piece. How do I apply it? So that's how I started Launchpad Pro, which is a CRM company. So,
Nice,
yes,
nice. So Launchpad Pro for my KBBU alumni. I know y'all ain't got your CRMs up, so you need to go to what's your website, Sade? Go ahead and let them
my
have it.
Launchpad.pro. My
My
Launchpad.
Launchpad.pro. Y'all
Yes.
heard the words that came out of her mouth. Go
Yes.
ahead and get your CRM. Stop trying to write them clients' name down and put them in your phone and put them on a napkin somewhere or a sticky note. Stop doing that. Put them in a
Yeah, all over
system.
the
We
place.
talked about this in class. Y'all already know what we talk about in
Yes.
class. So stop playing games. We got a solution for everything at KBBU, and she
Every
has a CRM solution. Get
yes,
in there now while your business is just now starting, or if
yes,
you already have your business and you can't remember who to call, when to call, how to create a community, all of these different things, then that's what she's there for. Say it
absolutely.
again. Say it again, Sade, because that get
My
on my nerves.
Launchpad.pro. And one of the biggest things,
I'm just
Michelle
playing.
did a one of our courses, like one of our sections was on CRM. And I'm like, whew, she gave me some more content I can use. Like she broke it down to the T.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for that because what I also realized is that we have these businesses, we have these dreams and all of these goals, and we write down these visions and all these things, but yet we don't have any way to implement them, and we have no way of executing. And that's why I started Launchpad Pro. I'm the only CRM that I know of that has a virtual assistant attached to it. So you have someone to help you implement and execute, and you have 24-hour tech support. So there's no way that we're not getting things done. And that's the problem with entrepreneurs and business owners. Our businesses own us, and we don't have a system, we don't have a team, and sometimes we can't afford a team. And that's why I made an affordable solution for us to be able to execute so we can scale, grow, and leverage technology so we can live our life by design and not by default.
Come on now. That's it, right? That's it. That's the mic drop right there. So y'all get into mylaunchpad.pro. Make
Yes.
sure you put the dot in there before the
Yes.
pro. Okay.
Yes.
So you go to her website, get in where you can fit in, and make sure you tell her that Michelle Green referred you. Don't be
Yes.
acting like you just came through. Oh, I just all of a sudden I saw your ad or I saw you somewhere on the internet. Don't be playing games because
Yes.
everybody that come through us, I'm trying to tell you, there is privilege in
There
the
is.
connection. There
Yes.
is privilege
Yes.
in the connection. So get in where you can fit in today. Stop playing games. So,
Yes.
Sade, is there anything that you would like to say about what you have done over the years, what you have found that you want to leave with another person that's thinking about entrepreneurship, that's already a
Mhm.
business owner, or just thinking about, how to shift and change their life?
Yes. So two things. So from Launchpad Pro, since I have the virtual assistants that help you execute, it branched off into a whole nother sector of business, which is virtual assistant. So we have a whole virtual assistant team in South Africa, and now we've just
Woo!
expanded into the Philippines.
Whoa!
Yes.
Congratulations!
Yes. So
Congratulations!
thank you.
What
Thank
an
you.
amazing story. So you have come from marketing, from college, was in the medical field, and then you went into all of your own businesses, from multi-level networking and then into your own thing and helping your mom at the daycare, and still
Yes.
in the daycare you still have the two businesses that she
Yes.
owns, and now you're doing your own marketing CRM system yourself with virtual assistants. Like,
Have a
that
whole
is
team now.
that's amazing, honey. I am so proud of you. I'm so grateful that we have connected. Shout out to Dr. Mary Hancock that
Yes.
connected us. And if y'all don't know her by now, she's one of the coaches at KBBU, and she came through. And listen, it's just all about the connections. It's all
Yes.
about the collaboration. Y'all really got to understand that it's not about being a solopreneur. It is just not about that.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, unity. There is so many blessings in unity. There is
Mhm.
so many blessings in connecting and collaborating. That's what is missing in today's society, is that we don't understand that to really make it to the top, that you would invest in other businesses, not
Yes.
just in yourself. If you always want somebody to invest in you and into your company, into what you're doing, then just flip that around. Just flip that
Mhm.
around a little bit. Get yourself at the Media and Wealth Summit in October. Collaborate with us at KBBU and connect with mylaunchpadpro.pro with Sade
Yes.
events. You
I
have
have a
been,
few things I want to say.
yes,
I,
ma'am.
I believe that what Michelle and I are doing, one of the things I realized is that if you are a part of KBBU, you may be in business by yourself, well, for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. So I want to say that and joining that
Yes.
community. And I mean, there's some great coaches. She has coaches who are qualified to help you, who are willing to help you. And a lot of these programs do not warrant that. Okay. I want to say that again. Join a community where you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Okay.
That's it.
And you can do that at KBBULLC.com. Figure it out. Hit Michelle up. Just join. Okay. Figure out how to get in there.
Come on over.
All right.
Come
The
on
other
over.
thing is shout out to Dr. Mary Hancock, who was my 10th grade marketing and fashion merchandising teacher.
Wow. Shout
I was
out,
15.
Dr.
Yeah.
Mary.
So yes, I've known her quite some time. And the other thing I wanted to say was to continue to grow and educate yourself and never stop learning and allow yourself to be coachable, and make sure when you are finding a partner, whether it's a spouse or a partner in your business, make sure that they're grounded in the word or whatever your faith is. I want to send a shout out to my husband for him always supporting me and coaching me, and myself being coachable. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, husband. Alonzo Avents, A-Team Consulting. He is a consultant and he's a coach, and he coaches me, and I'm coachable. And it's challenging as a woman and as a strong Black woman. We are, we know everything sometimes, but we have to humble ourselves, and God will exalt us. But more importantly, it allows us to grow, and it allows the person who is attached to us to grow, because I believe that my husband and I, we are really we are connected, and we're growing together, and we're finally we're working face to face and not side by side anymore. So I want to encourage you all to lean into your relationships, communicate, talk about the things that aren't working, talk about the growth, create a system, create a plan, really dig deep and not focus on the outward thing, really go inward, because we know that those seeds that we are planted through the word, through our friends, through coaches like Michelle, they will bear good fruit. So I want to say that. I want to say thank you again, Michelle. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to the community. And I pray that God continues to bless you in everything that you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much, Sade. I love you so much, girl. I'm so glad that we connected. You've done an amazing story. I'm just so thankful that you came through the undergrad and that we got a chance to do some private sessions. And hey, I'm here for you no matter what.
Oh, I'm ready for my next private session, because I got a lot of questions, because I've been working on the stuff you told me to work on, and you got to do the work. Do y'all hear me? Do the work. Do the work. She's giving you the blueprint. It's like an open test book.
It is.
Do the work. So okay, I'm done now. I'm done.
Well, let's give Sade a round of applause. Thank you so much, Sade, for being here. You are such an amazing person to teach, and I'm just so elated that we're going to be working together pretty much forever. Okay.
Yes. And you will see me at the summit as well. And my son, who's an entrepreneur. I have a young little entrepreneur. He is an artist and he is an author. He is 7 years old. His name is Amariah. So shout out to Amariah. And we will have him a table as well. He wants to do a table at the
Yes. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, go ahead. I'm going to just give y'all a little snippet of the Media and Wealth Summit. Here it is. These are our speakers. Of course, my my co-partner is Dr. Tina J. Ramsey of CTR Media Network. She has a network that streams to billions of people throughout this entire globe, okay? Then we have the amazing Dr. Michael Finkley that's going to be coming to talk to us about branding your business. He's going to go into detail, and he is a celebrity podcaster and TV show host. So you do not want to miss this event. Then we have the amazing Dr. Nikki Ziegler. She's going to be talking to us about visibility, being seen and being heard. And Dr. Tina J. Ramsey is going to sum everything up all in one. covering marketing and media for the business owner. She's going to take us to a whole nother plane in what God has revealed to her. Then we have on my side, we have the amazing Mr. Lee Williams. He's our wealth expert. He's going to be talking to us about investing money, where to put that money, how you can start your investment, your savings, your retirement, how to save short term and long term. He's going to break it all down for us. And of course, last but not least, the Dr. Mary Hancock that we were just shouting out. We were shouting out Dr. Mary Hancock because she's the one that collaborated both Sade and I so that we could connect. And Sade came into the KBBU classes. So listen, Dr. Mary Hancock is going to be talking to us about the grant writing, and she's going to be giving away some grants. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to have your business funded. Listen, this is where it's at. Make sure you go to Eventbrite today and get your VIP tickets. If you are a business owner and you're trying to get in there and sell your products or services, hey, come on over. Make sure you check with us first. But the Eventbrite has the vendor opportunities listed right there. And if you are a sponsor, if you are someone that would like to sponsor the Media and Wealth Summit, if you have some products or service that you just want to give away and have that as a write-off, then baby, come on over. We have sponsorship opportunities available to you still right there at Eventbrite. So go to Eventbrite right now and pull up the Media and Wealth Summit and get in where you fit in, because we are ready. We are planning, and this is going to be something that will leave history in awe. It's going to be mouth dropping. I'm trying to tell you, we're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much information. We're going to solve so many problems. It's going to be the event of a lifetime, for real.
Nice.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, y'all. That's all we have for today. Let's give Miss Sade a round of applause once again for being here. You are most welcome. I love you so much. And I tell you,
thank you
I'm
so much.
gonna get you in that private session because I'm ready to talk to you about what we had last talked about. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all. Thank you
Have a
so
great day.
much for being here. And we'll see you next time at the KBBU not behind the scenes. Where are they now? See, I got so many shows and so many things going on. I'm saying the wrong thing. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here today. Make sure you share this video with a friend, a family member, and make sure that you are connected with us, because we have a whole community of everything that you need. We have over 300 students that have graduated from KBBU that are KBBU alumni. And listen, if you are a KBBU alumni, make sure that you're in the house at the Media and Wealth Summit, but also make sure that you are in those private sessions so that you can get your associate's degree all over again. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday from 6 p.m. until we get finished. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.